let's now talk about AI and analytics. And let's immediately dive into a very exciting public preview for analytics, what we call analytics rules. So analytics rules takes the proven success of smart rules to the next level, enabling you to fully customize a smart rule and tailor it 100% to the needs of your business users, who can then use it in a scalable way across the connected devices, groups, and assets to drive insights and automate actions. With smart rules, there was a challenge that it was only offering a fixed set of 11 built-in rules with no possibility to customize the parameters within the smart rule environment itself. So while there was, let's say, the flexibility for creating any type of model that you wanted and that you want in streaming analytics, it did require you to go towards streaming analytics and have, let's say, the permissions to create the models over there and then be able to deploy them. And then, of course, there was an additional challenge that the models that you created over there were not available as smart rules in the known interface in Cockpit for your end users. So there was a kind of a gap between whatever you make available and the business user's ability to really start using it in the business application of their choice. And so that's really what we want to address with analytics rules right now. So we offer you the full flexibility in streaming analytics, in Analytics Builder, to create the models that you want, which are interesting for your use cases, for your business users, and then make them really available towards your business users in the business applications where it makes sense for them, like in Cockpit, but also now in Device Management, in Digital Twin Manager. And basically what we did is we created a pluggable UI component so that you can also really embed it into any web application. So also the specific web applications that you've created for your purposes. So with that, let me give you a small demo to really experience this new capability firsthand. Okay, so here I've now switched to a Cumulocity Cockpit application where I'm looking at a dashboard for a given power tool that is deployed in one of the sites of a certain customer. So what I could do today already in Cockpit, I had the smart rules. And when I clicked here on the Add Smart Rule, I got an overview of the 11 existing smart rules. But they might or might not be 100% fit for your use case. So like I said, there wasn't that flexibility. Now we've added the capability and the new functionality of analytics rules, which offers you that same overview of which are the active rules present here and to identify how they've been configured. For example, this geofence alarm in case of theft protection is now active on this particular power tool, and I can have a look how it's configured with the geofence and what kind of alarm type and text it's generating whenever that would be activated. So, but if I now want to add a new rule, you will see that it's no longer that fixed set of 11 smart rules, but it has been curated by the analytics administrator or the system administrator to really only show those rules, those analytics rules, which are valuable for your end users. And so, for example, the two smart rules like on geofence create alarm and on measurement create alarm are still are again made available, but also more use case specific rules like anomaly detection on the battery charge time and some KPI calculation in terms of recharge times is now also available. So how can we make this work? For that, let me switch to the Analytics Builder interface, where you can see that in my sandbox, I've already created a number of those rules, a number of analytics builder models, which I could or could not turn into analytics rules. So let me show you this particular model that I want to turn into a rule and make it available inside the device management application. Because like I said, we want to make it more broadly available in any type of business application. So for this particular use case, I want to really focus on something which is more related to the device management domain. And so the model that I'm will be leveraging here is one that calculates the time since the last heartbeat message, and then will calculate the duration since the last heartbeat signal was detected, then compares it to a user-defined threshold, and then if that threshold is breached, create a kind of a disconnected alarm. So let's have a look at how you would be so fully self-defined, newly defined business logic. Previously, if you would have created that and you would have to define new instances of that particular rule, the only way to do that was in this interface. So in Analytics Builder, your business user would have to enter, give it a name, give, let's say, the maximum expected time. So it has to give a heartbeat signal every 1 hour, define, let's say, for this particular device, and then I can give it a go, and then it's activated. But it's not really contextualized, and the user would have to go into this particular interface. With analytics rules, I can now change that behavior. The only thing that I have to do for that is rather than go into the template definition, the template parameter definition, and rather than having the input being a required value selection, I want to change this parameter to be from context. And so that means that in the focus, in the scope of the analytics rules plugin, it will determine what the context, for example, the device or the group or the asset is, on which the UI in which you are configuring it is depending, and then we'll take that into account into the definition of, into the configuration of the analytics rule. So now let me save this. And then still, if I go to, and of course also save it here. If I then go here, I can still do this kind of activation. So that still works. But now if I go, for example, to really the device management interface, and I go towards the same, for example, this power tool that I was previously looking at, I again see the analytics rule module being available. And when I now click add rule, you see that this analytics model, which I've 2 seconds ago activated or updated in terms of the from context parameter, I can select this, and you will see that indeed this smart context is being applied. It is now taking into account the heartbeat message which comes from the selected power tool that I have over here. I can still configure that that time frame. Now say I want to have it every 5 minutes. I can activate it, and with a few clicks, I can do the same thing right in the device management interface. So in a nutshell, that really makes it possible for, let's say, the system administrator, the system or the analytics system role to define the models that we want to have available for the end users, and then for the end users in the context of for example, device management or cockpit or anything else, really apply the rules that have been made available in such a way that it makes sense in the device management application and with all the flexibility and everything that you would want, giving it really the same look and feel, the same user experience as if they are configuring smart rules, but now in a way more flexible setup and a way more configurable and tailorable setup towards your specific business environment. Last but not least, analytics rules. How can you access it? Well, on the one hand side, the plugin is available for a DIY installation into any application of your choice. So if you go into administration, into the ecosystem part, you can select under extensions, you can find the analytics rules plugin as an official plugin supported by the Cumulocity team. Next to that, to make it even more easy easy to access for you, we have also made it available embedded in device management and cockpit, leveraging one of the earlier presented features, the preview feature. So you can even more easily just activate it right in the interface of device management and cockpit by leveraging or by accessing the preview features and activating the toggle next to the analytics rules plugin. Next to the analytics rules, the other public preview that I wanted to make you aware of is related to reliability improvements for smart rules. So following the rollout of Notification 2.0 interface, Streaming Analytics has now also been set up to leverage the mechanism of Notifications 2.0 and leverage its reliable data forwarding capabilities to receive notifications, measurements, and all of that. And in such a way that it is more, of course, they are accepted more reliably. And also, additionally, the Smart Rules application takes advantage of this integration to offer even more resilience of its state against scheduled restarts. So in case there would be a restart of streaming analytics, then also the Smart Rules application would keep its state as well as receive the missed events, measurements, alarms, etc., which would have been sent during that restart time by leveraging the Notification 2.0 capabilities. This is now available for Smart Rules, and next to that, we are also will be leveraging that same capability of integration of Notification 2.0 to increase the reliability of Analytics Builder and also there offer more resilience in terms of schedule restarts in the near future. Last but not least, also for the more pro code or more developer community, which is leveraging streaming analytics in Cumulocity, we now have created or definitely much more evolved the APAMA extension for VS Code. So with this, with the new extension for Visual Code, developers can now much more easily build and test streaming applications, streaming analytics applications, either in their local IDE or in the cloud with the help of GitHub code spaces. So where previously this was only supported within the Eclipse IDE, we've now made it also possible in Visual Code Studio, and there offer you capabilities such as autocomplete, code navigation, templates to accelerate your path to creating good samples, as well as also support for custom blocks and microservice development. If you want to explore more, on the tech community, there's a larger introduction into how to work with this extension in VS Code You can see the link over here, but just searching for APAMA extension for VS Code will also very easily get you to a more detailed explanation of this new functionality.